In today's video, I'm going to go over my 2024 real estate predictions. Now, this video is focusing on the city of Toronto, but I'd say probably 6 of these 8 predictions are relevant to the entire country. This is also the most specific I've ever been in my predictions. I'm actually going to break them down. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tom Story, and if you learn anything new today or just have a good time watching this video, please feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. 2023 comes to an end. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of you for being a part of this community, for showing up every single week and watching these videos. We got to help over 100 people buy and sell properties this year, and for the first time ever, the Story team was #1 for downtown Toronto sales. So for the people that watch the videos, that means CO1 and CO8 combined. And I get it, every realtor says they're #1, but the only reason that was able to happen is because we met so many great people from this YouTube channel that we got to work with this year, and all I can say is thank you so much for your trust. If you're thinking of getting into the market or out of the market in 2024, we actually have 2 free guides in the description. You can download our buyer's guide or our seller's guide absolutely for free. If you want more in-depth information, you can also book an appointment directly with me. Just before we get into the predictions, and I say this every single year, this is just a little bit of fun, okay? This is not financial advice, because if I did know exactly what was going to happen, I wouldn't be here making YouTube videos. I'd be on a beach sipping a margarita. Now, I've got 8 predictions for the 2024 real estate market. Here we go. Prediction number 1. I think the Bank of Canada is going to cut their key interest rates 3 times in 2024. This prediction doesn't come from a gut feeling. This comes from talking and interviewing economists on the podcast channel. A lot of them actually think they're going to cut more. I think it's probably going to be somewhere between 50 points and 75 points overall. But I do think the time has come. I think they're done going up, and I think they are going to cut in 2024. But like I said at the beginning, let's get specific about this, okay? So this is what it's looking like for the announcements in 2024. I'm going to walk you through why I think they're going to cut at certain points. So I think January, they're just going to hold. It's just going to happen. They're going to hold. March, they're going to hold. April, they're going to talk about potentially thinking about cutting, but they don't want to do that in March and April as we head into the spring market because it will pick up activity too much. At least that's what I think they would be thinking. Then when we get to June and July, I think they're going to go down. And the reason why I think they're going to go down 25 points each is because it's the summer months. Not a whole lot's going on anyways in the real estate market. And if you remember, going back to 2023, these are the 2 months that they went up. So that will get us back to 4.5% on the overnight rate. Now, they're not going to do 3 cuts in a row. So they're going to hold in September. They're going to hold in October. And then I think on December 11th, again, when the real estate market is not doing anything and it's quiet anyways, I think they're going to get their 3rd sneaky cut in just before the end of the year. Prediction number 2 is sales volume for the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. I believe there absolutely, with certainty, will be more sales that happen in 2024 than there was in 2023. This is probably the biggest layup prediction I have in this video. We had a 20-year low for sales volume this year. There was so much uncertainty in the market. Interest rates were going up. There was more inventory than we'd seen in a long time. All of Toronto went into a balanced market. That hasn't happened in like a decade. And Toronto condos were firmly in buyer's market territory. We had 65,000 transactions in 2023. I think in 2024, you're looking at about 80,000 transactions. Prediction number 3, I believe overall average price for the city of Toronto will go up 4% in 2024. But this is how I think it's going to happen. We're going to have a slow first few months of sales volume. Now, activity will pick up overall, but prices won't really change. But then as the talk of the first rate cut starts showing up in the YouTube videos you watch or the news when you're sitting there with your family, I think you're going to see confidence come back to the market. It's going to put pressure on prices in certain asset classes. I still think condos aren't going to do much in 2024. They might go up about 2% compared to this year. I think you're going to see the biggest growth in semi-detached and townhouse properties, and detached will have a pretty normal year for the 40-year average. So I also want to make something clear on how we calculate what the average price is if it goes up or down. I'm not doing December to December, January to January. It's not going to be a 1 year over year calculation. You're going to take all the transactions that took place in that calendar year and figure out what the average price was. So to give you an example, here's what it's looked like since the year 2000. You can see in the year 2000, the average price was $243,000. Wouldn't that be nice? As we continue to go down here in 2021, the average price was actually under 1.1 million. So 2022 prices were actually higher than 2021. But the only reason why is because the first 3 months of 2022 were so crazy that it really pulled up that average price. But to you as a potential buyer or seller watching this video, average price and median price should only matter in the type of property you are trying to buy in the specific location you are trying to buy. The general stats are good for news headlines, but honestly, I don't think they're that helpful to the average person trying to make a move. Prediction number 4 is that fixed rates for most of 2024 will be in that 4.5% range. If you look at where the 5-year bond yield is at the time of me at least making this video, of course, things could change at any moment. It's looking like that's where we're going to end up. You're going to see banks start to compete as we head into the spring market of 2024 on their interest rates. I think the fixed rate's going to kind of land somewhere in that 4.5% range. Prediction number 5 is not something that I feel good about saying, but I think it's just the reality if you look at everything that's happening. Overall affordability will not change, okay? And the reason why is we talked to Brendan Augmenton on our podcast recently, and he basically showed that even if we build all the housing that we say we're going to build, which historically the track record is not that great, if our immigration numbers continue to be what they're going to be, our best case scenario is by like 2027, 2028, maybe we could take average price increases from the 40-year average of 6% and bring it down to 3%. And that's if everything happens in line. All the new housing that is being built by the government and them removing the HST from the purpose-built rentals, all that's great. But what they're building is rental housing. Most Canadians I talk to, and this isn't for everybody, but most people I talk to, they want to be owners of real estate. Their goal in life isn't to rent forever. So there's lots of talk about new housing coming to the market. It's going to start on the rental side of things. But in 2024, overall affordability of real estate is not going to change. Prediction number 6 is that investors will slowly come back to the market. Investors disappeared in 2023. Of course they did. You couldn't cash flow on a property unless you're putting down 50% at interest rates at 6%. Even though the rents are high, it just didn't make sense on paper. Now, I'm telling you this not as a gut feeling. It's conversations I'm having. People have started to reach out because they believe, they could be right, they could be wrong, that the bottom is somewhere either last month, this month, or the next 2 months moving forward. And they think that getting in now at today's prices, if rates are going to go down, and then if rents will continue to slowly move up over a period of time, that there might be an opportunity. These are not amateur investors. These are long-term thinkers. But I think investors will slowly, let's make that very clear, enter back into the market in some capacity in 2024. Prediction number 7 is on the pre-construction market. I don't believe pre-construction prices will go down in 2024. You look at the replacement cost, what it costs to actually build these buildings, how much the government is taking. Jordan at Pre-Condo does a wonderful job breaking down all these numbers on his channel. I still personally wouldn't be buying pre-construction in the next 2 years unless it's like absolutely what I want and I don't have the funds right now and I need a few more years to save up. Fine, I get all that, but don't get caught up in the hype, the sexy marketing. You can go across the street right now and buy something 30% cheaper in the same neighborhood that's maybe like 3 years old. Now, I get it. We need to build new housing based on the immigration numbers that this country is seeing. But personally, as a real estate investor, I'd be focusing on multiplex, on CMHC financing type buildings, which are 5 units or more. That's where I'd be putting my money. I wouldn't be buying pre-construction in 2024. Now on to the final prediction. I believe the Tom Story Show, which is our weekly podcast, will reach 6,000 subscribers by the end of 2024. Yes, this is absolutely 100% a shameless plug. We're almost at 4,000 already. We started this as a new channel. We're almost 85 episodes in now, every Sunday at 9 a.m. If you're watching this video in the first few weeks that it comes out, our next episode is on Christmas Eve. It's going to be a catch-up episode going over the entire year. And on New Year's Eve, we're going to have Noel Mathias on the show to give us his outlook for 2024. Okay, there you go. That is my 2024 Toronto real estate predictions video. Am I going to be right? Am I going to be wrong? Odds are I'm going to be wrong on a few of them because I am every single year. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that I didn't say that you think I should have talked about in this video or your prediction. Please share it below. I think it'd be really cool to see what everyone else thinks is going to happen. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate and Happy New Year. Let's make 2024 your best year, both personally and professionally. Thank you for watching. My name's Tom Story. And remember, home is where your story begins.